Hi, this is Lisa Starr. Today I wanted to speak to you about effective strategies for hiring therapists. Our most important resource is our staff, but we are not always the best at hiring the right people. We tend to hire people that we like or because we're in a jam and maybe they aren't the ideal candidate. It's never perfect, but we have a few ideas that we take from human resources industry, the people that do it all the time, that will help us effectively hire the right person. First, you want to have a structured process, which will vary based on the size of your facility. A smaller spa with 6 or 8 therapists may not need as much structure as a place that hires 30 or 40, but you need to have a process in place. It begins with a written position description, a written list of everything your person will do in their job. Now, our therapists think that their job is that I come in and I massage or do facials or nails and I go home, right? But there's more to working in our facilities. We want them to attend meetings, probably count inventory, maybe sell retail, retain clients, reach performance benchmarks, wear uniforms, etc. So all of those things that are important for success should be gathered into this document, which is shared with applicants. That way, if there's something on that list that you require that they are unable or unwilling to do, we can get that out of the way first and we don't end up hiring people who later say, nobody told me. Once we have our interview template, then you must interview all the time. Now this is hard because it's not something we have in our daily schedule, but I think that smart spa owners have their ears to the ground in their town, and interviewing is a good way to do that. Run an ad every other week, interview people every other week, just a few. Don't worry if you don't have an exact shift or a position open. The purpose of the interview is to see who's out there, who's available in your town, and learn about them, and maybe you'll meet someone that's really great and you'll find a way to fit them in. So it's never a waste of time. Plus, we need practice at honing our interviewing skills. Once you have gotten that interview habits down where you're regularly interviewing, it's really helpful to use a template. I have a list of questions that I typically ask, and they're broken up in terms of topic, like some about leadership, some about team management, some about ambition. And you keep careful notes while you're interviewing. Take them on your laptop, write them down, but you cannot possibly remember what somebody said. If you've interviewed 4 or 5 people in a day, you really need to take notes. It signifies that you're serious. Now, the next step with a therapist, of course, would be to perform an audition, because even though they may have a resume and experience and training, we don't know that they actually are good at performing the service for which they're applying. I like to stage my auditions in what I call real-world circumstances. If I'm receiving an audition, I do not go into the massage room and lay down and say, okay, please give me a massage. I tell the applicant that we are going to pretend we've never met, and I'll put on a robe and I'll wait in the waiting area, and I want them to come and take me just like they would a new client, walk me back to the room, get me on the table, perform the consult, perform the treatment. I'll usually get an abbreviated treatment. I don't need a full 60 minutes to get a sense of their skill, maybe a 30-minute treatment, then finish up and return me to the lounge. It's very important that I see if they are able to build rapport, connect with me, invite me back, attempt to sell me retail, and all of those things are things that often happen outside the scope of just performing the service. Once we have found someone that we like, we confirm the offer in writing. A letter stating we're offering you X position, here's how it will pay, here's when you'd be expected to start, and we have them sign that letter and put it in the file for safekeeping. I think the last step here is to assign a mentor or a buddy, at least for the first 30 days. So your new person has someone to go to when they have a question, which they inevitably will. Despite how lengthy or involved your orientation process may be, there are always questions. And so I hope these tips will help you have better results with your therapist hiring.